If you miss your ex, should you consider getting back together with them? In this video, we're going to talk about what to do if you miss your ex and how to tell if you should try to work things out with them. And we're also going to be talking about the 3 important things you need to do if you do want to get back together with your ex. My name is Clay with Relationship Inner Game, and here we help people get the dating and relationship outcomes that they want without BS or mind games. If you like what we're doing here at any time during this video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel or check out the resources in the description for this video. Okay, so first of all, if you find yourself missing your ex, understand that it is a very normal thing to experience. You and your ex had a strong emotional connection when you were together. And so for whatever reason that relationship didn't work out and the two of you broke up, you probably can still look back on the time that you shared together with at least some degree of fondness. You can look back and say, oh, I remember that time that we did this, or I remember the time that we did that, and it was actually a pretty warm experience. And should you actually get back together with your ex though because you miss them? That is the question. In order to do this, we need to take a little bit of a logical look at relationships. Oftentimes, people still think of relationships as this sort of superstitious way. You know, if it's meant to be, it's just meant to be. It's written in the stars, it's written in fate, it's written in luck, and all of those things. But unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, but I don't think that those are the best things that we should be using to determine if we should be in a relationship with one another. So how do you tell if you should try to get back together with your ex? The first thing is I want you to ask yourself, can you accept your ex as the person that they are right now? Not who could they be if only they got their act together, or if only they changed this one thing about themselves, but can you accept them as the person that they are right now, with all the faults that they have? If you can, okay, that's great. If you can't, then it's probably not in your best interest to get back together with your ex. Secondly, if you can accept them as they are right now, and if you look at who they are as a person, how they behave, are there any deal breakers that you see? For example, maybe you don't want to be with a cheater, but you look at your ex's history and you notice that they tend to cheat on the people that they're in a relationship with. Or maybe you want to be in a relationship with somebody who takes responsibility for their own emotional well-being, but maybe your ex, for better or worse, just isn't that kind of person. And you want to really look and see if there's any deal breakers. And you don't want to get back together with your ex if there are any deal breakers, because you're always going to be a little bit dissatisfied. Even if the relationship is pretty good, there's always going to be a part of you that's like, man, I'm really tired of dealing with this, whatever it is, right? I'm really tired of dealing with this. If only I could be in a relationship with somebody that didn't do that. If you're finding that there are deal breakers there, things that are like really important. I'm not talking about just trivial things like, oh, he never cleans up after himself or something like that. I mean, maybe that's a really important thing for you. But if it's a trivial thing compared to big things like, hey, does he have a mental illness, or is he faithful or loyal or something like that, then if it's trivial, don't worry about it. If it's big and important to you, then that is a deal breaker right there, and you're better off not being in a relationship with your ex. Okay, so if you've gotten this far, I'm going to assume that you have gone through this process. You have determined that yes, you can accept your ex for the person that they are. Yes, you can love them for the person that they are. Personality quirks aside, there's nothing toxic about them. There's nothing that's screaming, hey, don't be in a relationship with this person. What does it take to get back together with your ex? There are really 3 things keeping you and your ex apart. Number 1, why the relationship didn't work in the first place. They're your ex because the two of you were together and then the two of you broke up. So what caused that breakup? What was there that caused that breakup? You have to fix that. It doesn't matter if you broke up a long time ago or if you broke up last week. Your ex is not going to walk back into the same dynamic or the same relationship that they walked out of in the first place. It's just not going to happen. Your ex is not going to be excited or thrilled or really motivated to want to be together with you if the dynamic and the relationship is going to be exactly the same as the one that they walked out of. Sure, they might get a little sugar rush of, hey, this is great, we're back together again. But as soon as they start to see that things are exactly the same, they're right back out the door. So you have to resolve whatever that was. Okay, and obviously you can only take responsibility for your own actions, so you're going to have to do what you can on your side of things to improve that dynamic. Remember, you've already accepted them 100% for who they are, so you can't wag your finger at them and say, you need to change this or that, because remember, we've already talked about that. You're taking responsibility, you're changing whatever needs to be changed in the dynamic between the two of you. Next, you need to make the interactions between the two of you actually feel good. It's great, you've fixed whatever wasn't working in the relationship, but relationships still are an emotional thing. I know we took a logical look at them a moment ago, but interpersonal relationships are built off of emotion. And the decisions that we make, although logic can inform them, are going to be made from an emotional place. That's how we make most of our decisions and choices in life, is from an emotional place. You're going to want to have interactions with them that feel good on an emotional level. If interacting with you feels good on an emotional level, they're going to be a whole lot more motivated to want to get back together with you than if the two of you are still arguing or fighting, or if you're, kind of splitting hairs over, well, you followed this guy on Facebook, but you didn't unfollow, you liked this thing on social media, but you didn't like that one. And like if you're still focused on those sorts of things, that's not going to create a dynamic that feels good. If you're complaining to them that it took them 2 hours to text you back, that's not going to create something that feels good. You have to create an emotional dynamic between you and them that feels good, that uplifts both of you. They have to feel good, you have to feel good. The whole dynamic has to create a positive feedback loop that causes both of you to feel good. And if that's what is happening, you can get to the third thing. And the third thing is you have to eliminate friction. What's friction? Friction are these things in our lives that keep us from being together. Friction could be maybe your ex is in a relationship with somebody else. If the two of you are going to get back together, they're clearly going to have to break up with that other person. So that relationship that they have with that other person is a form of friction. Maybe friction might take another form. Maybe it's the two of you live very far apart. Now, it's not that long-distance relationships can't work, but they're a lot harder. And oftentimes, people don't want to be in long-distance relationships. Sometimes that can be a deal breaker on someone's list. And so if that is a major issue between you or your ex, closing that distance would be eliminating some of that friction. So if you can create interactions that feel good on an emotional level, resolve the reason why you broke up in the first place, and eliminate friction, then you can get back together with your ex. But you shouldn't even consider that just because you miss your ex if you can't accept your ex for who they are and your ex has some sort of deal breaker quality that makes it unworkable, okay? So I hope you've liked this video. If you do, give us a thumbs up, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, or go ahead and leave a comment or ask a question down in the comment section below. We try to respond to as many comments as we can, so definitely go check out the comment section. There's often a lot of great tips, strategies, and advice down in the comment section. Don't be afraid to engage with the Relationship Inner Game community. Or of course, go check us out at relationshipinnergame.com. Anyway, this has been Clay. I'll talk to you next time.